So this is how you apply Klucel to a half-bound book. So whenever you're going to apply any of the leather treatment products, make sure that you're not working on the book directly flat on the table where you're turning the book, because that actually might damage some of the pieces of the corners. Instead, have a board of some sort, cover of a book that you've turned into a supporting board. And that way you support the book with the board, and then when you're turning it, you're not going to be scuffing the book at all. So before you apply any leather treatments, you're going to be working on one board at a time and then on the spine. And the first thing you're going to do is to put a piece of wax paper in between the board and the text block to help protect it from the leather treatment products. Starting on the rear board, we're going to want to do a test spot. And I'm going to do it right down here on the lower corner. And this is just testing the Klucel to see what it's going to do to the leather. So we have to wait for that to dry and then see if it does anything that we don't want it to do. Okay, so after a little while, you can see that there's no change. So that's going to be just fine. And that means I can proceed with doing the corners. One way to work on the corners of the book is to prop it up with a weight of some sort, just whatever you have around. While you don't want to get the Klucel on the marbled paper or the inside paste down here, it won't be the end of the world. It's not going to damage it. It might, if you closed it right away while it was still wet, it might make it sticky, and so that's not good. So there we've just consolidated that one little corner there. Let's do the next one. That's all there is to it. Okay. And while I have this in this propped position, I can also do the inside of the turn-ins here. Keeping the book on the board can be a little tricky. Use that to prop that up there. And there, then you can see that. So that's good. The Klucel's just going to help protect those things. Now that those are done, I can shut that on the wax paper. Once you're done with both boards, doing the corners and the turn-ins, then we move on to this portion and the spine. And for that, I'm going to use the flannel. And because the inside is dry now for the boards, I can remove that. And in fact, it'd be really great to just prop this up. So I did the one side, now I'm doing the other side. And here I've got the Klucel on this bit of flannel going along here. I'm using a patting motion when I get to the areas that are a little rough, because I don't want to damage them. And it's better to do several light coats rather than, you know, really slathering it on. Okay, so that's the Klucel applied, and it's just going to take a minute to dry. You can see it when it's still wet, it has darkened areas, but those are just going to all clear up in just a minute or two. In fact, we'll wait, you can see. Yeah, there's no color changes to this.